Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we discovered a body. We don't know if whether or not it's Kyoko's or Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro? Yeah, Mukuro Ikusaba. Yes. Okay. Let's start off by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. Okay. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Huh. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. At least several days old. Like... Is it as I'm thinking that this... Well... Kyoko could also, yeah. Scars all over her body, maybe, but... With Mukuro, maybe because I'm thinking that it's like a survivor from the last session. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened. Or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Yes. Monokuma file number 5 has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Oh, it immediately takes me over here. Interesting. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important, from one end to the other. I just need to know... I just need to do what I always do. Yeah. Oh god, I forgot to turn down the sensitivity again. Okay, first off, because I never got to check out this, what is this? These look like fragments of something. That looks like the motion detonator that was on the Monokuma bomb. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like this, like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I have to double check that later. Yeah, okay, so I have to go back down to the gym. Fragments near the dead body has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. The knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife... It looks really familiar. Wait, is this... Silverback, black hilt, almost like a gold tinge for the guard, hand guard, and a serrated blade. That's it! It's the knife that the person was holding. Yeah, okay. This is getting really weird. There's too many strange coincidences. Whoever that person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same mask attacker we found here. So, maybe this masked person got stabbed because... When they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife? And maybe then I... And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No. No, it can't be. There's no way! Knife at the crime scene has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Alright, now to inspect the body and everything that's there. The 4 things that are there, because the 5th thing was taken away. if I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. I don't know. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion. It's totally blackened. And the top half of the body is wet. Oh. The top half of the... Oh. Yeah, when I put out the fire. It's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part of the that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. Yeah, okay, now I see the line of water. Yeah. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Oh god, I can see the face more clearly now. Yikes. Okay, the white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Okay, now this thing. Whatever this is. Huh? Something weird about the body's fingernails. Red fingernails, and the second and the last, or the middle and the pinky finger, don't have their nails. I doubt Kyoko would have nails on underneath the glove, because if she doesn't take them off, there's no way to upkeep the nails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. Also, the tattoo, you're not gonna comment on it? Fake nails has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like there's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. A dog. Tattoo on the right hand. That's that. Yeah. I should... Let me check everything here. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said that the time positively couldn't be changed. Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place after. Sprinklers have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. And... I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. There's only 4, so where's the 5th one? Count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Me. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Oh, of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But...
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. Oh yeah, that's right. You thought that the number 5 was some godsend or something.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle, and if even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, let's check in the tool shed. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. Also, I completely forgot about the man-eater plant that I can check out. This This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Is this a tarp? Why does it look burned? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? No, it was not. Should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Okay. I'm gonna look at everything and then at that last. I really hope there aren't any clues hidden in the fertilizer. There's something carved in the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. This pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but now is not the time to worry about it. Yeah, the hose. These tools have nothing to do with the case. Can't say for certain. There's a lawnmower here. I don't think it has anything to do with the mystery corpse. These flower pots have nothing to do with the case. Okay, literally just this. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. The top is wet. Huh. So maybe the body was there before, but this tarp caught the water? So maybe it was murdered before 7:30. Huh. Top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But I was still asleep, so there is still a possibility that there's someone else here. All four of them can account for one another. It's literally just me, or... Yeah, four. Yeah, there are four, I'm fifth, and Kyoko's sixth. The underside... It's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dry. Something about that bothers me. Or did it say wet and dirty? I don't know. Tarp has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. So yeah, that was put over top of the body before. It's the one thing in here that concerns me. Yeah. Okay, let me... Oh wait, hold on, the plant. The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I think I'll just stay away. Okay. Hero. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and...
For serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found? Huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock. Oh yeah, that's right. So I did technically wake up at 7. But we found the body at 9. As usual, and I headed to the dining hall pretty soon. After I got there, I met up with Hina, and that was right around 7:30. It took you 30 minutes to walk from your room to the dining room? Then I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Huh. So, it was raining... It rains at 7:30. I wake up. Hina and I were getting food at 7:30, so Hina can't be around when it rained. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? It's 9. Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It'd have to be right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So, I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. When the body was found has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. When the body was found, not when the body was killed. Alright, Byakuya? Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What about? What did you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you say that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone, so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be up here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words,
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I'd left the garden. However, Tokohiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? After I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
that's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room. But I was dead asleep, I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. Can we go back to the surveillance room and, like, rewind? That's gotta be something, right? I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? The Yakuza's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. That's only going to be alibis later in the case. Or the trial. So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not going to look. I don't want to faint anymore. You do that. And Hina. Listen, Makoto. You remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Those are purple boots with red strings. Kyoko was very purpley. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. So, I'm thinking it was the blow to the head that killed them. They put the tarp over the body so it wouldn't get wet. They took the tarp, put it in the shed, put the coat on, and stabbed all the way through. That's how the knife is going through it. But I don't know about any clothes underneath, is what I'm wondering about. But the blood on the body was still wet. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Okay, that's interesting. I wouldn't have known that if you guys hadn't talked about that. So, that stab was fairly fresh, and the coat wasn't wet, so that only leads more to what I'm thinking of someone stabbing after the sprinklers went off, after the water had already been used. Yakuza said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, because the stab wound would have gone all the way through, and it would have been a blood puddle on the back. Maybe the sprinklers washed away the blood, and then they used the tarp to cover the body in that time. But, oh well. I'll just have to see how it plays out. Oh, thanks. That's a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot better, too. So, thank you, too. I really hope she doesn't die. Body before the explosion has been added to the Truth Bullet section. Okay. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area. But I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? I can can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe I can get into her room? I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I had to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Okay. Fork it over, Byakuya! Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later, at the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping if I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Then come with me! Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. You son of a bitch!
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area? Okay, so the game is just directing me to, the gym only, I guess. I would like to explore more of the school, heaven forbid, but, I mean... can I... Oh, I can go right here. Nice. I would like to have free access to go everywhere, but this seems kind of important. Wait, this one is still here. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's the only way that I would be able to tell for the bomb, but... Weird. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but... I figured it wouldn't be here. Same here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. I'm not doing it again. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Wait, so the bomb's not here? Fragments near the dead body has been updated on the truth below section of your handbook. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Is he gonna be there, or is he gonna be elsewhere? I can't go in. Apparently it says that he's there. Okay. Don't be a bitch, Byakuya. Nothing looks like it's changed. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance. I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm already facing the right way. I thought I was... Huh. I don't know what I was doing. Hey, Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... Click. And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Okay, let's go in. Everything is the same as my room, except for the sewing kit and whatever that thing is on the table. So this is Kyoko's room. Haven't I been in here? No, I always stood outside it. That's right. She doesn't have a notepad. Huh. Interesting. Okay. First off, camera. Camera's good. Monitor. One of the monitors appears on... Yep. I can look in the bathroom. I don't actually look in here, interestingly enough. Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I'd better not look inside. Everything's under investigation, Makoto. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned. Also, she hasn't had access to it for 2 full days. Whatever this is. There's something on the table. 6. Oh, I know where that's supposed to go. Yep. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What's purpose does it serve? I should have looked around like I wanted to. I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that it might go to. The dojo? Yes, the locker. Jesus Christ. Wood block key has been added to the truth little section of your handbook. Okay. Now you, and then we can go check that out. You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand, Kyoko?
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take my time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets. Okay, look under the bed.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Or maybe my bed sheets, who knows? Maybe she hid something in my room and I saw her doing it. Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Mukuro... Oh, what the hell is up with his angle? The angle of his wrist. It looked unnatural. Class number 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba. Female. That's all that I can see right now. Mukuro Ikusaba?
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and... beep! That's it! This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko had a death without meaning with the... Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. What's more? Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. So she's not the ultimate despair. So, what? So then why did she say she was the ultimate despair? Why did Kyoko lie about that? Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. But would someone like that really be taken over that quickly? She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. Just before entering middle school. So not high school, where Hope's Peak is concerned. In middle school, she disappeared. story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. Do you remember this at all? An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as the FENRIR. FENRIR. That sounds familiar, I don't know why. Known as FENRIR for those 3 years. She insisted that she had been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own, that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she had received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile has been added to the Truth Bullet section of the handbook. The Ultimate Soldier. A mercenary group? This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things. It's just an ordinary person. But then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name FENRIR in a place like this. You recognize it?
Naturally.
The FENRIR Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. Oh. Nuts. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It's all part of a world totally removed from the one I lived in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that FENRIR has already disbanded. Probably. Wait, that voice is different.
Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero!
A bit player? I don't know.
It's you! Huh? What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room.
Don't use Sakura's name in vain.
Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? Actually, you said it yourself. You don't treat dead bodies as humans anymore. So it's not a violation for a dead body to do it anymore. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on a dedication to organization and order. Which is even why I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I?
Which goes back to my thinking with Junko all ago. Well, no. I guess that... I guess not, because he could still murder anyone, but he would become blackened himself. I wonder, maybe. I don't know.
In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting?
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game.
Okay. Back in on that. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants... Oh, wait. Oh, this is Monokuma.
I don't think I actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that.
Oh, I just thought about it. Those stairs that are locked off from us, that go from our rooms, is probably, or was probably, Mukuro's spot. Because she's got her own room for winning the previous one, because she's got battle training. Maybe.
I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all got here together in the main hall way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think the first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words.
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed.
A total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16!
16. Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the Ultimate Despair.
Oh, wait, maybe the Ultimate Despair... Maybe they get that title after winning. So, do they get upgraded? Or is that just their title after winning? I don't know.
Watch out for her.
The 16th student? Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life? So the one making all the regulations is... Why?
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Make sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get at, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you.
Seriously?
Hey.
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover up a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
Not the tattoo, though. That's not mentioned. Okay, to cover up scars. And I knew that already. I knew that there was... Did I know that there were scars? I knew that there was something already underneath the gloves, but I didn't know about... I'm thinking that it's still Mukuro that died because of the group FENRIR that she joined. What?
Okay, now that's all you get.
I've kind of lost Monokuma's voice a bit, mainly because I've been talking a lot. Monokuma's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... Are there really scars there, though? Is that what I'm seeing, like, around the knuckles? Maybe? I don't know. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse... You're thinking about Kyoko again. Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His... trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you. Make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Is. Possibly. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. That's not 100%. Because maybe Kyoko is the mastermind. Well, I don't know. Why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other words,
Mukuro giving us information would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. And that's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? It would just be here. Oh, the key is taken off. Interesting. Huh. Armor. I don't think anything else is touched. Okay, I'll just start here first. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very
6?
strange.
It's a weird design, like you place it against the locker and then slide it in and then it unlocks, I guess, somehow. That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and I don't know why I struggled to just read basic English. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Huh. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. I should check every other locker to see if there are 10 arrows in there as well. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong, despite how thin they are. Excuse me a moment, my dogs are barking. Time out. I gotta stop them. They're barking for some reason. And I'm back. Alright. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. So does that mean this is what was used to whack Mukuro upside the head? Titanium arrows has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. Yeah, but what is it? It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Huh. And there's blood on it. Is that a blood stain? And I see a hole piercing. So... Mukuro was at least shot with an arrow, maybe? The timing's a bit odd in my head.
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Also, I don't even know if that is technically true that there's a hole in it. I could just be making stuff up. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Actually, yeah, how did the key get into the locked room that only Byakuya had access to? Was somebody... They would have they would have had to have been hurt before, right? Come on, we need to continue them to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on FENRIR. FENRIR? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't that obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. That's right. The archive, I don't know if this is still something with me or maybe Byakuya. That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Both people could have really done that line for Makoto, but oh well. So, yeah. I believe there was a file related to FENRIR somewhere around here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. So, what does it say?
I see.
Take a look at this. Yeah, that's the FENRIR tattoo. But it also doesn't mean that Kyoko wasn't a part of it as well. We don't know that for certain. I mean, she did say that she was a part of some stuff, but the FENRIR tattoo is there. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How do you make it all the way out of high school without learning a single word of French? Well, I learned Spanish, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it to you. For you. But I expect you to repay your debt over 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? FENRIR is an elite fighting unit based on the Middle East. Out of the Middle East. Okay. Huh. Unlike military I'm just gonna read it out for myself, that way I can, like, take it in and not focus on doing Byakuya's voice. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Damn. But how did... Just like FENRIR, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence... Just like FENRIR, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear in any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were all killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. What is it? This all sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are a part of our world. And battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about FENRIR. Now that you mention it, the report said something about the name FENRIR comes from where the name FENRIR comes from, right? And that's right. It said FENRIR is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing FENRIR somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of FENRIR? Could that mean... Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. That is the end of searching for stuff.
Time is utterly silent.
and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena.
This is different.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
And then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. And once again, I enter this door, but I never know if this game is actually going to come to an end with this. Whether or not Kyoko's going to live. How there's still half a game left. Whatever. Oh, God. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together. Just the two of you.
Huh?
What? Are you jealous? Hey. Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or...
Or what?
Jesus!
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You've all got it backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you.
Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me, I'm thinking Kyoko. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
Yep, so it's Mukuro. I'm here. I know rule's been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko? You're still alive! No! That's a ghost! Stop stalking.
If you want to fight, do it in the class trial. We need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that we're not... that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Also, where did you go? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right. There's no penalty, officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. Shing. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps. That's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with a ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started.
Hey, buddy old pal.
Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. Okay, so okay. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. But he would have at least known that that's where you disappeared to, or at least had a suspicion. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. And then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Huh. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I should've, instead of going to the data lab, I should've checked to see if the door was locked. Fuck. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. Secret tool? What? Kyoko's account has been added to the truthful section of your handbook.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. Shit. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So, why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Either I stabbed Mukuro in my stupor, or she killed Mukuro. Otherwise, either of us are gonna die. Well, if that's all... Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Do I wanna go up to the point where I save? No, because I know that it's... I don't know. I want to continue recording because I still have time, but I'm also really hungry right now. But I could always record a little bit later, but I also don't want to break up recording sessions like I did before in the last trial with Sakura. I don't want that to happen again, so I think I'm going to end my recording session here with only a few episodes this time. Less than I would normally record, which I kind of did last time, but it overextended its welcome last time, so... Oh well, I'm leaving it here. Monokuma's just going to have to wait for tomorrow. Hopefully you're looking forward to more and, seeing us, unfortunately, solve Kyoko's death. Shit. Oh well. Kyoko's murder and her punishment. That's the only thing I can come up with, because everything else is really accounted for. But I just can't figure out how a trained military person was able to be overtaken by an investigator. Or a detective. Like, maybe she has some training, or maybe they work together. I don't know. Oh well, let's just sit around and wait, I guess. Have a nice day.